Good evening. Thank you very much for waiting. I appreciate your patience this evening. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to welcome you here today. Today, on World AIDS Day, we come together to remember the lives lost, honor the resilience of those living with HIV, and renew our commitment to ending this epidemic once and for all. For over 4 decades, HIV and AIDS have affected millions of people across the globe. Behind every statistic is a person, a story of courage, of struggle, and too often of loss. But today is also a day to recognize the incredible progress we have made through the power of science and the strength of communities and the determination of advocates who refuse to give up. Thanks to groundbreaking research and the tireless efforts of healthcare workers, we now have the tools to prevent new infections, provide life saving treatments, and offer hope to those living with HIV. Here in the United States, programs like the Ryan White CARE Act and the Ending HIV Epidemic Initiative are expanding access to cure and reducing transmission globally. The U.S. has led through initiatives like the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, or PEPFAR, which has saved millions of lives and strengthened health systems worldwide. And for those who may not know the origins of PEPFAR, it began with a former Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice. The story goes that she walked in the Oval Office one morning, and this is under President Bush 43's term, and said to President Bush, if we don't do anything, we risk losing a generation. And I paraphrase that. I don't exactly know the quote for sure, but that is the story as it was told to me. So PEPFAR, the executive action for PEPFAR was initiated. But like many programs, it lacks funding. And that's one of the enduring legacies of President Bush and his administration. One of the good things that his foundation does back in Texas is to continue the programs that he started and didn't get quite finished in his time here at the White House. I will make this commitment. Under my administration, I would definitely seek continued funding of it. I think it's important. And as Secretary Rice told the president in the Oval Office that morning, we risked losing an entire generation. But while we celebrate progress, we must also acknowledge the challenges that remain. The stigma, inequality, and barriers to healthcare still prevent too many people from getting the help they need in many parts of the world. Women and girls, LGBTQ individuals, and other vulnerable populations face disproportionate risk. As your president, I am committed to addressing these inequalities. We will work to ensure that every person, regardless of who they are or where they live, has access to prevention treatment and support. We will also increase funding for research, expand access to affordable medications, and invest in community-led solutions. Together, we can end HIV transmission in the United States by 2030 and contribute to a world free from AIDS. We really can do this. I know oftentimes presidents will come to this podium and they'll lay out ambitious plans. Some are successful, some aren't. I really believe that we can achieve this. We can achieve this if we just simply work together. And that's one thing I'm calling for when Congress readjourns next month, is that we simply work together. We went through a campaign year, a political campaign cycle that was very polarizing, that divided us. It's time for us to come together, and it's time for us to solve this problem. And there is nothing beyond our capacity. If we just work together, if we just come together as one, we can solve this problem. We can solve it. Let us also remember that this fight is more about than medicine. It's about dignity, compassion, and justice. It's about creating a future where no one has to face the fear of a diagnosis or the pain of discrimination. Today, I call on all Americans to join this effort. Let us support those living with HIV, stand in solidarity with those affected, and recommit ourselves to the vision of an AIDS-free generation. And like I said, we can do this. We stop the polarization. We come together as one. Like I said, there's nothing beyond our capacity that we can't do if we just come together. Thank you. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.